Blessings, everybody. This is Dale. Thank you so much for joining with me today on the Word Podcast. We're up to the Psalm 96, very familiar psalm. A lot of songs, hymns, worship songs, etc., been written through the ages from this psalm, and you'll see why as we read it. It's just a song of proclamation to the Lord. There's no a title with it, anything like that. So verse 1 says this: "Sing to the Lord a new song. Sing to the Lord, all the earth." Verse 2, "Sing to the Lord, bless his name, proclaim good tidings of his salvation day by day." And so the declaration is stated 3 times to sing to the Lord. And then we're actually told what to sing to the Lord. Sing to the Lord a new song. Okay, a new song. And it literally means a new thing, a fresh thing. We think of a new song as if, I got to sit down and write a new song every day. No. It's the idea of the steadfast love of the Lord being never ending. Okay, his mercies are without end. They are new every morning. That's the idea. And so he says, declare this new song to the Lord. Proclaim good tidings of his salvation. So we're told to sing to the Lord 3 times. We're told what to sing: a new song, a proclamation of the tidings of his salvation. We're told when to do it: from day to day, okay, day by day as we're going. And that word is the word yom, which is used all through the scripture. The meaning is contextual. So sometimes it means day, sometimes time, sometimes a year, that idea. But then also, who is to sing the new song? Okay, who is to do this? Proclaim good tidings. And it's all the earth. All the earth. It's all the earth, all the land. So is it speaking of inhabitants of all the earth? Or is it actually speaking of the earth, the land, and creation? Well, I would say yes. Yes to both. And as we go through the psalm, we might get a little more insight into it, because he deals a little more specifically, the psalmist does, with various groups, shall we say. But for now, we'll just say, sing to the Lord, all the earth, all that is entailed within the earth, and to sing this new song, to bless his name. Okay? And this new song is to bless his name and to proclaim the good tidings of salvation from day to day. Now, verse 3, tell of his glory among the nations, his wonderful deeds among the people. And so the one singing praise to the Lord is to tell of his glory, and it's among the nations. So these are like the non-Israelites, the non-Hebrew people. The ones who are singing the new songs, who are blessing his name, are to proclaim, whether it be God's creation, mankind, whatever, to do so among the nations. We are to declare his wonderful deeds among all the peoples. All the peoples of the world are to hear of the wondrous deeds of the Lord. Why? Verse 4, for great is the Lord, and greatly to be praised. He is to be feared above all gods. Well, you saw that coming, didn't you? Yeah, for great is the Lord and greatly to be praised. Sung that many, many times in a lot of different songs. The Lord is to be feared. Okay, feared. And that word in the Hebrew means fear. Okay? And it's talking about awesome things. It's talking about dismay and frightening things and fearful things and being afraid of things, of reverence. Okay? But it also means a terrible, terrifying things. Okay? Obviously, since it's dealing with the Most High God, there is that reverential, there we go, awe and fear that's to be here. But it's all the other fears too. The Most High God is a terrible God, not in the sense that we use that word, that he's awful and unworthy. No, in the sense of just being just all powerful, and we are to live in the fear of the Lord. And it's above all gods. You want to guess what that word is in the Hebrew? You got it. Elohim. Above all the other gods. Then, and we've talked about that several times in the Psalms. Verse 5, for all the gods of the peoples are idols. Okay, but the Lord made the heavens. Okay? Now, it's interesting because I got a little footnote right here in my little online Bible for that idols. It says, or non-existent things. Okay? So there, it's sort of guiding our mind toward the direction that, oh, well, these guys are just non-existent. Okay? They're not really real. Well, okay, maybe yes, but maybe no. I don't think that's the best way, because this word idol literally means good for nothing. It means worthless. Okay, how can something be good for nothing or worthless if it's non-existent? Okay, and so we have to be careful with these things, because they'll guide our mind away to where a lot of people are just saying, well, these gods don't really exist and they're false gods, and so God's greatly to be feared among all the false gods. God's greatly to be feared above all the gods that don't exist. Yeah, that doesn't make sense either. We need to define what has happened within the totality, the understanding of the Scripture, to see what has occurred here. There are other Elohim, and some of these other Elohim have gone rogue against God. God is greater than all the Elohim. He's to be greatly feared above all the gods. In the context right here, we've already encountered the nations in the previous couple of verses. And so the people of the nations are worshiping these other gods, and they're idols. They're idolatry. But that does not mean that they're not real. We think, oh, an idol, that's just made up, so you don't have to really worry about it. It's not real. Really? Then why does God tell us not to worship them? Why does God tell us not to have anything to do with it? If you're saying, oh, don't worship that thing that doesn't exist. Well, there's truth with that, okay? Because if you've got a little statuette right there and you're worshiping that little thing, Paul helps us with that. He says it's not the thing that you're worshiping, it's the spirit behind it. Same way here with these little g gods, okay? So we're not to have anything to do with it. The people of the nations, they're guys, they're worshiping that, but it's really idolatry. But then he says this in verse 5, but the Lord made the heavens. And so he's showing us what the difference is. The Most High God is the one who made everything. And he's greatly to be praised. He's to be feared above all these other gods that the nations worship. Now, verse 6, splendor and majesty are before him. Strength and beauty are in his sanctuary, or in his very presence. So all splendor, all majesty are before him. Strength and beauty, everything. And then the next two verses, it'll be the last two verses we can see today. Again, he reiterates something three times. Ascribe to the Lord. And that word ascribe literally means to give, to provide, to give to the Lord. O families of the peoples, ascribe to the Lord glory and strength. Ascribe to the Lord the glory of his name. Bring an offering and come into his courts. So the psalmist is calling for us to give to the Lord. O families of the peoples. He's calling for all the nations, calling for everybody to give to the Lord glory and strength. Acknowledge the glory and strength of the Lord. Give the glory and strength that you have to the Lord, the glory of his name, and bring an offering and come. And what are we going to do when we come? Well, verse 9. Worship the Lord in holy attire. And we'll pick that up in the next episode. But the psalmist is calling for all of the nations to sing a new song, to come worship the Most High God. Folks, this is what we're called to do. Are we doing it? Well, again, I'm Dale. Thank you for your time. I'll see you in the next episode. Goodbye.